Hi guys, this is AC Gamer back with another video on Brandos 2. Now in today's video I've got an important video for you guys because I will be going over some of the best supporters in this game. The supportive characters are characters that you should essentially be building and using and try and get as many copies as possible for those units. Now obviously if they're 5-star characters I mentioned in this video, getting multiple copies of the costume is going to be very hard, so don't really bother too much about that. But I will actually mention some 3-star and 4-star supportive characters that are truly amazing, and getting multiple copies for them will absolutely help your account by a lot. I myself got pretty lucky whilst getting those characters, so I am actually pretty happy with my account. Now in terms of 5-star characters, there's actually a couple that are actually quite good, but the thing about them is obviously 4-star characters. Honestly, if you have multiple copies of them, multiple dupes already in, they are actually probably better to use compared to some of the 5-star supportive characters. But if you have any of them, then it's still fine. Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more content on Brandos 2. If you guys don't want to miss out on future content on the game, then obviously go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that post notification is on so that you guys don't miss out on future content on the game. Also, if you guys enjoyed this video or found this video helpful and you want to help your fellow players as well, then obviously like this video as well, because it would help with the algorithm. The video will spread out more and a lot of people will be able to know some of the best supportive characters in the game. Now initially I would start off with some good 5-star supportive character, but you know what, screw that. Obviously you want to know 2 of the best supportive characters, and honestly they are probably the 4 stars and 3-star character. Now this unit over here is a 3-star character and is honestly one of the best supportive characters in the game, and as a 3-star it is a lot easier to get duplicates for her. And once you do, look at the huge amount of resources or amount of supportive ability she has. Now I would honestly like to, usually when I do this video I would show you guys the skills are like 1 copy, but with characters like this which are 3-star, I don't think I need to do that. I want to show you guys the max skill you can get with them, and this is simply fantastic. So using only 2 SB, you can get yourself an increased attack by 70%, this is max, for 6 turns, and increased crit rate by 30% for 6 turns as well, and this is to all of your allies. Now this is amazing. Now obviously attack is mainly used for physical characters. Now if you guys want to work on magical characters, the buffing capabilities you would use should be like focus more on magic attack, but nevertheless this is actually still good, because I would actually recommend building like 2 teams, but right now just focus on 1 team. And obviously some of them, or the teams you should be building, should be centered around physical characters, because there's a lot more physical characters that are actually pretty good in this game, and having this capability or having this skill overall is gonna help you guys essentially. Now crit rate increase, you already know why crit rate is very important. As you are progressing and building gear for your character, your main damage dealer gear will be attack increase, crit damage, and crit. Those are the 3 stats you will be focusing on your main damage dealer. However, it's going to be very hard to get above 50%, or maybe get all the way to 70% of crit rate for your attackers. So having this character that can increase your crit rate by 30% is insane. Now with the crit rate, obviously crit damage is also important. If you're able to crit and your crit damage is quite high, then essentially you're going to be dealing a huge amount of damage, and that is absolutely amazing. Very good buffer character or supportive character in this game, and she's insane for 3-star. Now another 3-star, or actually another buffer character that is actually pretty good is Samay, or is this Samay? Yeah, Samay. Now Samay has 2 versions, and honestly having this character, with one of them being a very good actual magic damage dealer, honestly the damage from this is actually pretty good, and having the other version be a very good supportive character actually increases the value even more. You can actually have 2 in 1 character, one that if you're done with the healing or you're done with the supportive ability, you then switch over to the other one which focuses on dealing AoE damage, and is actually quite good. For this one over here, like I said, the supportive skills is the one you want to focus on. Now this is only at +3, but the SP used is only 1, and cool time is only 1 as well. Increased attack by 25% for 2 turns. Now unlike the other character I talked about, she had a 6-turn duration for the buff, so you don't really need to use her buff, cast the buff every single time. But with Samay, obviously you need to be able to cast it But lucky for you, since the cooltime is 1 and the SP requirement is 1 and the duration of the buff is 2 turns, you can essentially have this buff non-stop continuous buff from Samay, sorry. So increase attack by 25% for 2 turns and increase magical attack by 25% for 2 turns. Heal allies HP by 63 based off of the 25% of magic attack every turn for 2 turns. Now with this character, you would definitely want to build her with magic attack. If I was to go over to gear, see, as you can see, magic attack is where stats is not just physical. There's no physical damage, so magic attack is very, very important. Now one thing about Samay that actually makes her very, very good is the fact that you can actually use her in both physical teams and magical team. Right now many people are just, you know, trying to use as many characters as possible, but as we progress in this game, as we get used to this game, we will then start to focus on specific team, and I feel like a lot more testing is required in this game. Honestly, there's so many characters, so many variations, so many team comps you can run, that is essentially important to, you know, do some testing. But no matter what team comp you're using, Samay will always be a character I highly recommend. Able to heal as well. Now the heal is not the greatest, but to be honest, the healers in this game are not that good. So having this buffing capability of the attack and magic attack and the heals is just simply amazing, and it's basically non-stop heals, so that makes Samay actually very, very good. Now if you guys are looking for a decent healer, like I said in a couple of minutes ago, I said that the healers in this game are not really that good, but as you're trying to do farming, auto farming, you probably want to use a healer, and the healer I recommend for you guys to use will probably be her, as her heals are AoE, and the fact that she's able to remove target's DOT effect as well is simply fantastic. Now later on in the story contents, you actually go against units that actually, or enemies that do use DOT that is actually quite strong. So having this character that can able to remove it is insane. Heals remove of debuff, DOT and the effect is actually very, very strong. So she is a 4-star character, and getting duplicates for her should be relatively easy as well. So very, very nice. I highly recommend this character as well. I recommend to build her. Maybe not as important as Samay and I forgot another character, the character I mentioned at the start, but she's definitely going to be a character you want to build so that you can have yourself a good healer. Now moving on to a 5-star character. Now to be honest, this character, his skill sounds good, but it's kind of hard to actually use him currently, in the sense of you don't, okay, basically with this character what you're trying to gain is basically an SP, gain more SP. So he's basically like a battery character. And if you guys don't know what battery characters are, battery characters are characters that provide you with energy recharge, or like something that just helps you burst a lot faster or use skills a lot faster. So essentially this character, that's his role. Luckily for you guys, he's an AoE character. You place him in the middle, so basically acquire 1 SP for each attack target. Like I said, it's very hard to utilize him right now. I feel like in the future, if they do have like some boss stages and you have characters that can, you know, deal a huge amount of damage but they lack SP, or you lack SP, this character could be good. PvP as well, I feel like he has a use as well. Now all the other characters I mentioned also have use in PV and PvP as well, except the healer. Probably you don't really want to focus on heals, but with him, his SP required is 4, and I actually have him at +1, so that's why it's an SP requirement of 4. Usually it would be 5, and that would be very, very expensive, to be honest. And at 4, if you're not able, actually, so add some +2. Now obviously as you get dupes for 5-star characters, they will become extremely, extremely strong. So I don't really want to talk too much about duplicates because it's unrealistic for free-to-play players, so let's just actually stop at +1 for now. This is not the greatest out of all the characters I just mentioned, but it's still kind of useful, and in the future as well will definitely be a character you potentially would want to use. Now in terms of why this character is important though, is the ability to dispatch. Oh, I actually need to do my dispatch right now. Let me quickly do that. Now dispatching is simply amazing, and I can't actually dispatch because I don't have, okay, there we go. So dispatching is basically like an idle function which allows you to basically send your characters off and get a bunch of resources. So I actually like that. Let me quickly go ahead and try and get some ability skill resource. Okay, so I've got the resource, so let's go ahead and use it right now. Sorry to forget what I'm meant to be doing, but I just wanted to show you guys why this is important. So yeah, there you go, you got the dispatch. Very important that you have this character for that reason. Technically it's a supportive role because he helps you farm a lot less. Anyways, that is the other 5-star character that I recommend as a supportive character. You don't necessarily need to build, but you definitely need to upgrade the ability skill. Now what we're going to do next is take a look at the costumes, because there are certain 5-star costume that actually is quite useful as a supportive character. There's not actually that many, just like one I really want to highlight, and that character is, I believe, Anastasia. Now she basically increases crit damage by 100% for 1 turn, attack 3 times, each attack deals 15 physical damage based off of the 35% of attack. Now this, okay, although I want to include her in this video, I will say this, you will rarely use her because the SP requirement is extremely high, 6. Cooldown is 5 times. Essentially with this ability you're trying to nuke as fast as possible with one character, but I actually do have an issue with the character with the SP requirement on this one as well. So to be honest, actually I don't even want to include her as well, because that supportive role was not that great, especially right now at high SP requirement. Not really that great. Let's see, removes barrier effects of targets, nah. Decrease defense by, nah, that's good, we good. Yeah, there's not that many good 5-star buffers honestly, because they just have extremely high CP requirement. This one acquires free SP deals with, yeah, they just have simply high, very high requirement. Oh, actually, there we go. This character I also included in my last video as a defender. She's also kind of a supportive character because you acquire 4 SP. So and she also decreases incoming damage by this. So mainly supportive. It's all to your ally. Very good. She is the next character I'm aiming to actually get, and I think that is it. So essentially those are the best supportive characters in the game. Focus more on the 3 stars and 4 stars I mentioned. The 5-star ones don't really, it's just too hard to utilize them right now. There is a serious issue in this game with 5-star characters being actually bad because we don't have dupes, which actually makes no sense. Imagine the higher rarity character is the characters you don't want to use, essentially, because dupes are just very hard to come by. Even the gacha right now, even though they're going to be giving out more resources, the gems and the weekly stuff and dailies, you still need a considerable amount of gems to be able to get duplicates, and duplicates is essential for your 5 stars. So maybe for a very long time we're going to be using 3-star characters and 4-star characters as supporters. For damage dealers, definitely can still use the 5-star characters. For example, let me check right now. The 5-star character, what's her name, Justia, you can use her, I guess. Anyways, that's all I want to talk about in today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.